very warm welcome to you all who have come here, taken time out on this weekend. On behalf of the High Commissioner, I would like to welcome you all here. Today's event is a part of a series of events which we are having in South Africa to commemorate our bilateral relationship, to commemorate our 20 years, the 20 years of our diplomatic relations, 20 years of South Africa's freedom, and also the 100th anniversary of Mahatma Gandhiji's return to India from South Africa, his permanent return. And I would like to first ask Mr. V. Srinivas, Joint Secretary, which you would know better as DDG here in this country, from our Ministry of Culture, who's been the main support for this whole series of festivals, not just this. And he'll be able to say more, give us more, shed more light on the background to this exhibition, and after which we'll have others also speak. Mr. V. Srinivas, please.
It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to the cricket exhibition that is being launched in collaboration with the High Commission of South Africa and the Cricket South Africa in Wanderers Stadium. We were given this idea after the visit of Secretary Culture to South Africa early last year, sometime in around November, and we realized that we didn't have any exhibits with us. When we started work on this, we had to identify cricket historians, people who would go back into the last 100 years of India-South Africa history, and we came upon three very distinguished people. One was Professor Kidambi, who was located in University of Leicester, who took the time out to go to Lords and study the India-South Africa history relations, cricketing relations. So I'm sure you'll like what we've put up. It's taken us several months to put it together, in fact to write the cricketing history of two nations, which dates back to Mahatma Gandhi's years in South Africa and current day. And I've been an avid cricket watcher, and I've greatly enjoyed India-South Africa cricket matches every time over the last 2 decades that they've started. So welcome to the cricket exhibition. We have a small publication that's come out on this occasion, and I request High Commissioner sir to come forward so that he can receive the first copy from our side.
We've undertaken a festival which goes to show diverse aspects of not just Indian culture but India-South Africa engagement, because it is to celebrate firstly very, very special relationship that exists between India and South Africa. We are commemorating 20 years of our diplomatic relations, but diplomatic relations is just one part of the relationship between two countries. That's the formal part. The informal part between our two countries is far bigger, because we are connected by history, we are connected by the presence of a very large number of Indian diaspora which made journey to South Africa, and we are also connected by Gandhiji's presence in this country. When you tell people in India, when you tell people here that Gandhiji spent more than 21 years in this country, most people cannot believe that. So that is the kind of connection, very strong people-to-people connect. And when you talk about people-to-people exchanges, when you talk about culture in a broader sense, we cannot forget about the cricketing exchanges. Cricket plays a very important part in our cultural sporting exchanges, and which is why when we were thinking of undertaking a festival, the festival presentation would not be complete without dwelling on our cricket exchanges. I'd first of all like to thank Ministry of Culture and the Government of India and all those people who helped put together this exhibition. I haven't had a chance to really go and look at the exhibition closely, but from whatever one sees from distance, I think this exhibition was of high quality. Apart from the rare photographs and posters, there is a lot of technology which has been employed.
In other areas, I think it's very important that we have this relationship with the government of India, particularly because we form part of the BRICS group of nations. In this regard, I think it is great that we can consolidate our relationship and perhaps grow certain areas that are still not attended to, particularly within the BRICS group of nations, will be stated. Now, to speak about the area of cricket, perhaps what I should say is we have a national sport and recreation plan in the country which spells out what it is the country would like to do until 2030. And within this plan, it is very clear that from 2014, our minister has to start initiatives with our Department of Arts and Culture, South African government, to begin planning and instituting a Hall of Fame or a sport museum. And I think something like this would fit in very well so that it becomes the center for exchange of information and cultural information, not just sport information.
We have. As we moved on, India naturally, as you will see, was one of the first countries, well, it was the first country to close its embassy in South Africa in 1948. Yet India was the first country that welcomed South Africa back into world cricket. In fact, India recommended that South Africa be reintroduced to cricket in 1991. And naturally, that was when the first tour took place under the captaincy of Clive Rice. 3 ODIs, the grounds were packed. I don't know how many people missed out at Eden Gardens, but I think it was double the number of people were in there than what they said were in there. And that friendship has strengthened. It has strengthened through many years. India, at short notice, had to move the IPL to South Africa. Within 6 weeks, we were able to put on a tournament. Today, the IPL is a global tournament, which probably ranks in the top 5 television broadcasts around the world. The IPL brought to South Africa an economic investment of millions and millions and millions of rands. So outside of cricket, this is what this friendship with India has done.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bidvest Wanderers Stadium, to the Mecca or the home of cricket in South Africa, and one of the preeminent sports grounds in the world. It's indeed an honor and pleasure for us to host this, the Cricket Connection exhibition, which highlights a long-standing relationship between India and South Africa. The exhibition forms part of a broad program organized by the South African and Indian governments in celebrating the 20-year relationship between our countries. On the sporting front, no other sport comes close to cricket in illustrating the relationship between our countries. The Wanderers have, of course, hosted India on many occasions. The Bidvest Wanderers is proud to be part of this initiative. We want to thank the South African government and the Indian High Commission especially for including us in their plans. And I must congratulate the organizers. It's really a fantastic exhibition. I've had the privilege of going through it yesterday as it was set up. And don't be surprised if I become the official tour guide for the exhibition in the days after this. Thank you very much.
My fond memory of India and that entire trip was realizing just what a big global connection these two countries have. Yes, the icons, the late Mahatma Gandhi and the late Nelson Mandela, but I think what has happened here at the home of cricket, what has happened at Eden Gardens in 1991-92 is also significant of our connection between our people, not only in the sporting field, but off the field as well. With those few words, I'd like to thank and welcome you to the home of cricket in South Africa, the Bidvest Wanderers Stadium.
We'll now come to the last part, the tape cutting.
Nothing. We contacted cricket historians and they said we do it in 6 weeks. It's called Cricket Connects because India and Africa relations are defined very much by cricket. And this is the political backdrop, the release of Nelson Mandela in February 1990. And that was what led to this is the first wall that's been built, the Cricket Connects, and as can be seen, President Mandela was released in February 1990 and he visited India thereafter and he was conferred the Bharat Ratna, and that formed the backdrop of India-South Africa cricket relations.